Hello, my name is Dan Evans, and I run the line of business for smart cities within Itron. Smart streetlights really take off on the same idea of a smart meter, so there is some overlap there. It's basically the idea of bringing two-way communications to a streetlight. Why would you need to do that? Well, having visibility to the streetlight for a couple of reasons. One, for maintenance purposes. So most cities and utilities around the world who do maintenance on streetlights find out that there's a problem when their citizens are calling in and complaining. And typically that could be a week to 2 weeks after the problem actually occurred. And when they call, they're obviously not happy that it hasn't been fixed. With a smart streetlight controller, you're actually finding out in real time when there's a problem, whether that's a failed light so that you have a safety issue, or maybe just some anomaly within the light itself hasn't failed, but it could be an indicator that it will fail soon. So smart lighting gives you that visibility and gives you the data, and data brings intelligence. And so with that intelligence, you can now plan more proactively your maintenance and operations, which nets you a cost savings as the operator. And obviously for the citizens of the city or the region, they're much happier because the lighting is working all of the time. Sustainability has become a very important topic for many cities and companies around the world. As we look at our impact to the earth, everyone is setting net zero targets or reduction in carbon emissions. These are important goals for cities to reach as well as for companies to reach. Our solution with the smart lighting portfolio that we offer at Itron actually helps the customers understand more about where's their energy usage occurring. In most cities around the world, you'll find that 40% of the energy consumption that's occurring in the city or at city properties is happening from streetlights on the street. So that's a huge amount of the bill and the energy consumption that a city has to deal with each month. With the move to LED, which has really happened over the last 5 to 10 years and is continuing, that has reduced by 50% because of the LED technology. But here at Itron, we offer the smart lighting solution that actually allows the city to increase the savings, increase the reduction of energy consumption by some of the features like dimming the light levels when there's a low amount of traffic on the road, or identifying when the light is on 24/7 because there's a problem with it. These are all ways to further reduce the energy consumption, up to 10 to 20% depending on how aggressive some of the cities get. So what we have in our SLV platform is a way to really look at that energy savings in a different light, looking at it from a carbon footprint perspective. So doing a mapping of carbon and actually getting to carbon credits. We see that as a market that's opening up. So really thinking of streetlights and getting the energy savings out of that as a way to reduce the carbon footprint and reach those net zero goals is one of the key drivers for the smart lighting solution. Once you have that network in place, you can leverage the network for other use cases. So for example, a water level sensor. So with flooding and weather that is getting quite extreme these days, looking at the level of a river or a creek and knowing when it's about to breach by real-time data. So we have sensors that can tie into the network that's been deployed by the smart lights that will then have that data come back to the software platform and create an alert for someone to be able to get crews out there, maybe close the road before it becomes a safety issue. Similarly, air quality is another use case that we have partners with sensors that can be deployed around the city, typically on light poles that are at levels where you and I are breathing when we're walking down the street. And it can measure the impact of the changing earth. Also, it can be used for just looking at how congestion in a city. Cars sitting on the roadway are emitting a lot more carbon. So you can measure that and make real changes within your city, within your roadways, based on data. So it's really using the data coming from the solution across a common network platform into a common software platform and being able to take that data into action to address some of the sustainability problems that the cities are facing. Why should someone work with Itron as they look at smart cities? We've proven a track record and we're the global leader in this space. So we're excited to take the next step together. Please join us.